Good morning, folks. Welcome to another chip break. I am having a tough time. Actually, I wanted to share, we're actually filming. Mitsu Toyo is here and they brought a ton of metrology equipment. It's like super cool. These are ceramic gauge blocks. No, they're not mine. Just awesome. We did pick up this linear height gauge, which is really awesome. More to come on that stuff. I'll cut to the chase though. I'm out of time. I just am, and I love working hard and I love pushing myself. It's something I've done for 10 years. And look, the truth is it's why I'm here. I got here in this shop with this equipment because I hustled, because I busted my ass, because I worked a day job for 8 years, saved my money, and almost every day also worked nights and weekends. But I'm now at this point where I just can't, that's not sustainable. Growth through overworking isn't always the right recipe. And look, I love my life, I love it, but you know, I was at that Keith Rucker class for 5 days. Mitsu Toyo's here now filming. I'm going out to California in a few weeks. I've got to take an MRI tomorrow for my back from that car accident. You know, there's all the, and then my family, I love, having a 3-year-old is just awesome, and it makes me want to spend more time with him and not back here at the shop. And so I've been doing, I want to give a shout out to a guy named Larry at the local business Incubator. I called him up, and you guys should do the same thing. Part of the reason I wanted to do this chip break is every Wednesday morning I go to a coffee shop at 7 and I just think for half an hour, and it's that quiet time that lets me kind of contemplate stuff like this, and I kind of get fired up, and that's why I wanted to come film this. And Larry sort of made me do a time study on myself of what am I doing, what draws on my time, and is it stuff that moves your business forward? Is it stuff that makes you money? Is it stuff that makes you happy? None of those things are good in isolation. The problem is that as we grow and I bring other people in and around, whether it's full-time employees, consultants, people to come in to help, that just doesn't always solve the problem. And that's what I'm finding, is that every 15, 20 minutes, I'm getting interrupted with the, hey, can you help me with this? Can you take a look at this? Can you fix this? And I really miss having like 2, 3, 4 hour time chunks where I can dive into projects, because I love what we do, but I don't think, you know, I really want to make great stuff, great products, great videos, great projects, and it's kind of been dragging on me. And I think there's a huge pressure to put on not a facade, but you know, to show success. And I guess I want to do this chip break too, to show you guys out there, entrepreneurship is tough, man. Like, I'm having a hard time right now, and that's okay, that's normal, you should expect that. And I'm at this point where I think, you know, kind of what I was making notes to myself on this morning is, do you go big? Like, you could say like, hey, the answer to this immediate problem is you could try to hire a sort of foreman or a more experienced, seasoned machinist, somebody who could really take over most of the draws on my time. And there are some other things I'm chewing on and contemplating, but I don't know if I want that. Like, I really don't know. Do I want to grow this to an organization where I'm shooting for, I don't know, 3 to 5 million a year in revenue to support the payroll and you know, what you would expect out of something that has 5, 6, 10 employees? I'm making some of those numbers up, but you know, do I want that pressure? Is that going to be what I actually want? A less stressful life of being able to balance some of the cool projects, some of the stuff, or do I want to just scale back in some respects and say, let me just make some good products, do some really good work with what we do. You know, it's funny because the first company I ever worked for when I graduated college was this huge company, like 60,000 employees. And I remember thinking, like, this is a good example to me of like, bigger isn't better. I didn't have a bad experience per se, but bigger isn't better. And like, people are always obsessed with growth, and it's kind of like, why? You know, there's something intrinsic to human nature that wants to see progress. I get that, but it's also like, man, give me a CNC mill, an Arduino, and a shop to do stuff in and make cool projects, and I'm a pretty happy camper. And it's got to pay the bills. But I don't know. That's I know this is a chip break that kind of bounces around, but I thought, you know, I hope you guys appreciate that there's a rawness to this to bring you along with the journey. And again, I love, like, that's what you bring about. What do you love doing? What makes me happy are videos like even today. Today's video was on the clear path, moving that weight really fast. And there's cooler things we can do with that. That's more of a diagnostic-y video trying to get my ducks in a row and learn. But still, how cool is that stuff? And like the 440 automation, we got it working. I got to finish actually I got to edit the video. I think it'll be next week's Wednesday widget. But the sled is working. It's really cool. And even, heck, even, you know, Mitsu Toyo coming and talking about super nerdy metrology stuff, like that is awesome. To me, that's like so cool, and it's such a, it just makes me smile. So I'm gonna keep it short. I'm not sure I really want anyone to comment on this, but I guess my advice would be it's okay to, it's normal, you know? Sorry, it's just normal, and it's a big decision. Do you, kind of, there's a fork in the road. Do you kind of go big, or do you, that was the thing I wanted to mention too. You know, it's a great, I think this dilemma is a great example that entrepreneurship is not invented. It's not an invention, and it's not a product. Entrepreneurship is a bigger thing. It's about the organization and the business behind it. And I think a lot of people make that mistake because a lot of people want to be really good product machinists. And when that entrepreneurship is more than that, and it kind of stinks. It kind of is that analogy of like the difference between the guy who's, in the weeds, making parts, running machines, doing cool stuff, and the guy who's sitting behind a desk in a suit and tie, pushing paper. Yeah. With that, folks, take care. See you soon.